Welcome to me reading A Course in Miracles and reflecting upon the text. Today we have come to lesson number 29. God is in everything I see. The idea for today explains why you can see all purpose in everything. It explains why nothing is separate by itself or in itself. And it explains why nothing you see means anything. In fact, it explains every idea we have used thus far and all subsequent ones as well. Today's idea is the whole basis for vision. Ooh. Well, I've been the last few days walking around with this as much as I have had time for, with everything else we all have to think of and do in our lives. But as far as I have been able to, I've been thinking about the last few lessons that above all things I want to see. And above all things I want to see things differently. And here it comes, that what is differently? What is it to see things differently? It is to see God in everything. So, how do we look at things when we see God in them? How do we look at the person we might have had troubles with and see God in that person? Or we judge ourselves, and how do we see God in ourselves? How is it possible? Well, it is possible. So I will go ahead with and see what kind of practice this could be. So there are 6 2-minute practices to this lesson. And we are now getting familiar with these kind of lessons. So we will repeat. And it feels safe too, because repetition is the mother of knowledge and awareness. So why not repeat? I'm not in a hurry. Well, sometimes I am, but this is wonderful just doing. Wonderful just reading. All right, so here comes a challenge. It's funny. The text says, I'm jumping a bit in paragraph 4, try to avoid the tendency toward self-direction selection, which may be particularly tempting in connecting with today's idea because of its wholly alien nature. Remember that any order you impose is equally alien to reality. So here comes a list of subjects that we, as a help, can have for this lesson, for this practice period. And paragraph 5 says, your list of subjects should therefore be as free of self-selection as possible. For example, a suitable list might include God is in this coat hanger. God is in this magazine. God is in this finger. God is in this lamp. I mean, here we're going through some trivial things that we are all surrounded with. Some of them. God is in that body. God is in that door. God is in that waste basket. We are encouraged to do this in a leisurely way all the time. It doesn't say in every lesson, but this is the tone of the whole book as I feel it. And at least once or twice we do this practice, and with that comes, it says here, last sentence, you should experience a sense of restfulness as we do this. So we don't have to, it's not a job, it's in a way of being. So now I'm turning to Tokyo. Hello, Tokyo. Tokyo, are you there? No?
I'm sorry, I am here.
Good.
Of time to find the mic button. I'm sorry.
Yeah, hi there.
Hello. Yeah, seeing God in the smallest of things, that has to be really something that would make one a real saint if one could do it.
Yes.
I mean, and seeing God in ugly things.
Yes.
Like a person who is annoying one. Or even more difficult. Something that came to my mind listening to this was, what would be the most difficult thing to see God in, you know?
Yes.
What situation?
Yes.
Why don't we make a list, you know, top down, the top 3 things that are most difficult, and which one of them is more difficult, which one is in the middle, which one is least difficult?
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
I'll start. Would it be more difficult for you to see God in a person you're afraid of, you know? Which one is...
Oh, that's a challenge. That's a very good idea.
Isn't that interesting?
It is interesting.
For me, it would be the one I'm afraid of, you know? That would be almost impossible to see God in, you know?
Yes, I agree. So what can one do?
Yeah, if I had the answer to that question, I could probably write that book, not listen to it, you know. Yeah, it's. I mean, that's the whole question, isn't it? That's why we need works like that, you know, works of spirituality. It's. That question is. It's probably the most difficult challenge that exists spiritually, isn't it?
It is the most difficult challenge that exists, and the book will come to this in lessons, in future lessons that I will read, and you and I will reflect upon, because the book, according to this message that we get through the book, I think it's Jesus' voice. No, that's my feeling, is that there is fear or there is love. And that is what you just said. That's all there is. So
right, because that's a great way of saying it, and I've heard you say that before, and I always thought, that sounds nice, but I never really understood until now. Really, it just popped into my head, you know, like a light went off. I understand now what you mean. It's seeing with love. It's like George Lucas said, the founder, the creator of Star Wars, very spiritual man. He said he asked his parents when he was young, if there's only one God, what are all these religions? Why are they different?
Yeah.
And then his parents apparently told him, or he understood maybe himself, that, well, they are all different religions, but what they have in common is that in every religion, God is love.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I understand what you mean. With either you see things with fear, or you see God in the things. in another way of saying that is what you just said. Either you see things with fear or you see them with love. So I understand what you mean now.
I hope. I don't know what I hope. I don't know why I said hope. I just say that as I have been carrying around a lot of fear in my life, and I still do. Fear can just come up in me. It can be a bright and sunny summer day, holiday. I walk with friends, and that's not a very good example, but it can happen in the most secure situation, and then some streak of fear comes up in me from, and it's interesting. And sometimes it stays. Sometimes there are really fearful situations. I can go, wow, what will happen with this and economy and job and the practical stuff that we all are dealing with. And fear comes up. So fear is also a survival thing, and we are so programmed. And yet this is absolutely about seeing a whole other world, because a whole other world will create itself when we see love in everybody and everything, and we don't see fear. That's it. That's my absolute, what is called, I'm convinced.
Yeah, that's a beautiful conviction.
It's a beautiful conviction. Thank you. So shall we stop there for today?
Yep. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for taking part of this. See you soon.